Hi guys, this is Annie. I hope you all are doing great tonight. And tonight I have this fun, colorful manicure for you for the summer. So let's begin. So these are the items that we will be needing for tonight's manicure. I'll go over them very quickly with you. I have my roller tape brush here to clean that stamper together with my acetone for the stamping plate as well as to clean up around my finger at the end of the manicure. I have all my nail polishes here, and this is my fast drying top coat together with all the colors that I'll be using tonight. And this set is from Bondwell Monsters Creative Art, and this is the Weekend Warrior set. I also have my base color as well as black that I'm using to stamp with. I have my squishy stamper with my scraper, my stamping plate, and some studs. And for my cleanup, I have my cotton on my cotton cloth and my cleanup brush here. And my favorite tool to pick up those little stubs is my wax pencil. So let's get started. Alright, so as you can see, I have already gone ahead and done a couple nails here. The base color I put tonight is actually something of an eggshell or a cream color, and that was from Maybelline Color Show, and it's called Cool Canary, and it's number 950. And I applied one coat of this to each nail as the base color. You don't need to apply a second coat because most of that color is going to be hidden with the bright colors, as you can see. I also went ahead and I polished my accent nail tonight, and for that I did use a stamping polish. Just to let you know, the stamping polishes aren't really good for polishing your nail with because they're so highly pigmented. They dry really quickly and can come out very cakey. So I did it really quick tonight because I've done it before. But if you do have another color that you would use with the colors that you choose for this manicure, go ahead and do that. And I've already gone ahead and painted two nails because it takes a little while, but I did want to show you how we do the advanced stamping with them. So the first thing I'll do is apply my studs to this and get it out of the way. And basically it's two little studs we're going to put tonight, so I'm just going to apply some top coat on one side of the nail, and then we're just going to get those little studs and press it down. And I have chosen the same colors that's on my manicure. That's the first, and just give it a nice little tap, press it down, whichever. And the second color I'll be using is the bright green to match the nail polish. So here we have the bright green. Put that on there and also tap that down. Make sure it's nice and secure. And immediately I am going to apply some top coat to this because I want to lock that in really well. So I'll be doing a couple layers of top coat in that, but for now we'll lock that in with one layer. And I usually apply a very generous amount of top coat over these studs and jewels that you see me using. That usually helps to keep them in place, and they last a really long time if you do it correctly. They would last up to 7 days when they're done correctly, or even more than that depending on when you change your nail polish color. Alright, so to stamp with now, the colors I have chosen, as you can see here, is bright colors tonight. We're doing green, yellow, pink, blue, and purple, and the orange. And tonight I'll be using my Born Pretty stamping plate. And for those of you who are interested in this, the number is BPL013. And the image that I'll be taking off of this plate is going to be this one right here. I am also using my Bondle Monster Squishy Stamper. This is a really great stamper and my favorite scraper. So let's get started with the stamping. I'm going to do the image on black, and it's my Born Pretty stamping polish I'm using for this. And I'm being very generous, as you can see, with the polish, because in this stamping plate it's etched very nice and deep, so I want that nail polish to go all the way in there. Just roll it off, and there's the image. So the next thing we're going to do is paint directly on the stamper. Now you can use a small brush if you choose to. Tonight I'm just going to go ahead and use the polish brush right away. And this Bondo Monster stamping polish that I'm using is very, very nice. The pigments are very, very nice in there. I love it. And like I said, the collection, I'm using the entire collection. Tonight they come in 6 colors, the collection, and it's called, this particular one here is the Weekend Warrior. So you're just going to go ahead and fill in the lines. And if it looks a little crazy, don't worry about it, because once it goes on your nail, everything is pretty much going to line up. The next color I'll do is the yellow. That's actually a neon green. I know it doesn't show like a neon green on the camera, but it's actually a neon green. Next one I'll choose is also, they're more or less neon colors, and this one's yellow. Then I'll take the pink. And you can paint all the lines if you want. I am doing the thicker lines and leaving the thinner ones open, so some of that cream color that I have as the base coat would come through there. I like how that looks with those little tiny spaces of white in there. Now we got the blue. And if you choose to do it with the brush, my advice would be to kind of brush off most of the polish from the brush, because if you have a big glop like this, it's not going to be easy to paint on. So what I did is I kind of cleaned out one side and kept the nail polish on the other side, and that's what I'm working with. And you don't press down too hard when you do it with the brush, just lightly press down on the stamper. And like I said, those little smudges and stuff that you see here, it looks kind of sloppy now, but once we get it on the nails, that changes. And here I have the purple. And as you can see on the stamper, I don't have an extra line from the image because that's the whole length of the image. But I am going to take my orange and create a line directly under here, a very thin one. So in the event it needs to cover my nail, I do have that extra line there because my nails are a bit long. And that's the orange, and then we wait a couple seconds, wait till it's tap dry. It doesn't take very long. These polishes tend to dry very, very quickly. So I'll give it a quick little blow to help that. And the hardest part of doing these advanced stamping is lining it up. If you have a jelly stamper, you can go ahead and use that. That'll definitely help. However, with these polishes, they're so highly pigmented that sometimes they can stain the stamper, and it did actually do that. The purple actually went through on one of my stamper and bled through it, so I don't want to ruin my jelly stampers, my clear ones, with that. So that's why I'm using a colored stamper head tonight. So that should be tap dry. And that's what you're looking for it to be sticky but not coming out in your finger. And then, as you could see, what I did is I put a green on the bottom, and here I put it on top. So the next one is going to go at the bottom. So line that up as best as you can, and you can either roll it on or you could line it up this way. I'm going to choose to roll it on because I think I have a better shot of keeping it even that way. And it's going to be a little tricky and messy, guys, but do it slowly. So I'm rolling that on and I'm pressing down gently, and it's going to pick the whole entire image up by the time I'm done. There it is. And unfortunately the purple did not come out, as you could see, so let's try and get that on again. I'm not sure why that didn't come out, but let's try and roll that on and see what happens. Maybe it dried up a bit too much in there. I do think that's the issue. It dried up too quickly. So it picked up the purple, so I'll just go ahead and tap that down. And we'll move on to the next. Okay guys, so now that the stamping is done, we can go ahead and grab the cleanup brush and our cleanup tools, and let's clean around those edges. And tonight I'll be using my little cleanup brush with some acetone and go into the nails, but don't touch the nails. Actually go close as you can, and all that excess will come right out. Clean the brush very regularly in between, because you don't want the colored nail polish from the acetone to run back onto the manicure. So I usually would wipe it down, and as you can see, I wipe it on the tissue, clean it out, and then go ahead and dip more on the acetone. So do that for your fingers. Clean up all the extra pieces that you might see hanging off as well, because sometimes that happens, like that little green one. If you could see that there, as soon as you touch it with the acetone, it comes right off. So that's how you can clean those off as well. And especially around the cuticles. You could also use latex. I did not use the latex tonight because I've noticed when I use the latex with my advanced stamping and I remove the latex or I clean up, it gets really messy. So most of the time for the advanced stamping, you'll see me cleaning up with a brush. That's the reason why. So now that we are done with the cleanup, we can go ahead and apply our top coat. And I have already applied top coat on these two nails that I've done before. So I'm just going to apply it again on these two, which we've just done together, and on the studs as well. And it seems as though I got something on the stud there, maybe a flake from the stamping. So what I'll do to hide that up is I will take the same color green and just cover that up. It must have been some fallout from the stamping when I was cleaning it up a couple of seconds ago. So the nice thing about these studs is they're the same color, so I can just go ahead and cover that up. Do that again. And once I hit that with the top coat, it'll go ahead and dry up. You wouldn't even know that that was there. So my advice to you is when you're doing your top coat over stamping, it's always nice to have a nice thick top coat. I like the Out the Door top coat. This is a fast drying top coat, which I like, and it's nice and thick. But if you have a top coat that's not so thick, load that brush up really well. And also don't forget to cap the tips of your nails as well, like I am doing. That'll help save the manicure from chipping from the tips going up. And also, when you're applying your top coat, try not to swipe over the same spot twice unless that brush is loaded with top coat. Reasons for that is you can definitely smear your manicure and ruin it after all that hard work. So the two tips will be very generous with your top coat and try not to swipe over it unless you're absolutely sure that there's a generous amount of top coat on that. And let me go over those jewels one more time because I do want to lock those in. I'm capping those nails really well. And we'll be right back. And that's it, guys. We are all done with our very colorful striped manicure. And I love these colors for the summer. I'm into summer colors right now, so I'm gonna try and do some really bright colors for you guys. And I like the technique of advanced stamping. For those of you who are giving it a try, it does take some time to get it done right, and you still will mess up, especially if you have to line things up. That's where I have the most problems of lining things up. Some of them do come out crooked, but stick with it, continue to keep trying it. And my one biggest tip for you about advanced stamping is always tap that polish with your fingertips and make sure it's not too wet, because if you go to transfer it on your nail, it will definitely mess up. And always have your base coat thoroughly dried if you're going to do these advanced stamping, because it's very easy to mess it up. But if you have those things down, it'll be very successful, and it's a better way for me. I like painting on the stamper because then you get to be really creative and use a whole ton of colors. So I hope you enjoyed this video tonight, and like always, if you have any questions, feel free to write to me. I'll answer them as best as I can. And don't forget to subscribe for my upcoming newest videos. And thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good night. Bye bye.